Mrs. Reed.
Hello artists, we will be making color wheels using oil pastels. A color wheel is a tool artists use to better understand how colors might mix and match or interact with each other in their artwork. The first thing you'll want to do is trace something circular. I'm tracing a potted plant. It's okay if your circle doesn't come out perfect, we're just sort of practicing here. Draw a line down the middle of your circle to split it in half, and draw another line going across. In each of these 4 sections, you will draw 2 extra lines crossing through the middle to the other side. That should give you 12 little triangles out of your entire circle. It's okay if they're not evenly spaced. I'm going to draw an R for red, a Y for yellow, and a B for blue. It's helping me plan where I'm going to put my 3 primary colors. It's okay if your primary colors aren't in the same exact triangles that I put mine in, but you do want them to be evenly spaced. So there should be 3 triangles in between each of those primary colors. After you've figured out their placement, start using the oil pastels to color in those triangles. Now we need to talk about secondary colors. In between my red and my yellow, I'm going to put a little note that reminds me red and yellow should go here. So I'm using a red oil pastel and a yellow oil pastel on top to see what color I'll make when I mix those 2 together. You might need to press hard with the oil pastels to make sure that they're mixing together and they will blend smoothly. And look at that, red and yellow make orange. Next, I will repeat this process between my blue and my yellow triangles. Right in the middle, I'm going to mix together yellow and blue to see what color I will make. Because blue is a much darker and more powerful color than yellow, I only need a little bit. So of the 2 colors that you'll be mixing together, the one that's the darker color, you won't need as much oil pastel. You can always layer the oil pastels back and forth one on top of the other like what I'm doing here until you get the color that you want to see. In this case, I wanted to see kind of an even green. Then I will mix together blue and red to figure out what my final secondary color is. Oh, you can probably start to see it. It's purple. Purple, green, and orange are the 3 secondary colors. Now, you do have a light blue oil pastel in your bin, so if you wanted to add that to your purple to help lighten it up a little bit, go for it. That's what I chose to do with mine. All the triangles that are left over are going to have the tertiary colors, colors like blue-green or red-violet. So for these colors, you are going to mix together 1 primary color and 1 secondary color. I'll begin here using a blue oil pastel and a green oil pastel to make a bluish green or a teal color. Remember that of the 2 colors you mix, the darker color is always more powerful, so a little bit will go a long way. So with my yellowish green triangle here, I only put a very tiny amount of the darker green on my triangle, and then I even put more yellow on top to get the right shade of green that I wanted. It's okay to add more layers until you're getting the color that you want to see. Next, you will keep mixing your tertiary colors until the rest of your color wheel is filled in. Now, your oil pastel kits actually don't have a purple oil pastel. Weird, right? So for the purple parts, you'll just have to use the red and the blue in different amounts until you get more of a reddish purple and also more of a bluish purple. Now for the colors colors that are not on the color wheel, those are called the neutral colors: brown, black, gray, and white. So at the bottom of my color wheel here, I also added those oil pastels. I hope you had fun mixing it up with me.